Hey there folks, and welcome back for another head shaving video. And today we're going to do an experiment. We're going to pit a traditional soap, Sterling 1, which I just happened to use today for the face, against old-fashioned foam, Barbasol. Because people always say, oh, the foam and the goo is crap. So we're going to see exactly how they compare. We'll put the Sterling 1 on the right side of my head. We'll put the Barbasol foam on the left side of my head, and we'll shave the head and see how it goes. Now, what I have learned over the past year is there are products that aren't traditional, like Head Slick, that works very well. And I actually had a pretty good experience with the Harry's gel too, that came with the razor, I should say. Those two worked okay. I thought this one really works really well, and I tell you, if your lather is ever lacking, bowl lather you've made or anything, hit it with a little of this, and boy, it will get creamy as all get up. It is really a nice product, the Head Slick. Okay, so let us wet the dome. We'll come back and lather up and see how this goes. Stay tuned. All right, so I chose to do this on my head because in my view, you can really tell about slickness and performance on the head, much more so than face, or at least for me. When you're shaving your head, it just will not tolerate if it gets dry or you don't have good slickness. Whereas the face, I think, is a little bit more tolerant to that. I learned that over the last year. All right, so this is our Sterling side, and then let us get some foam on here. And I don't know how this is going to go trying to do it with the brush, but we'll see. We'll just load the brush up here with some of this foam and sort of try to spread it around and see how it goes. Oh, more than I thought there. Let's try not to mix it up too much. I got more than I thought there. Let's take some of that off and put it back there. If I don't get it in my eyes, I'll be doing well, because this is a mess. One of the problems with foam, it's pretty messy, as you can see. You squirt it out and it just come out in the big lumps and so forth. You can tell immediately by the texture of it, let's not get that mixed, that it's a little more airy, or at least it feels it, so we'll see. Now, of course, the Sterling side, since it's been sitting there longer, is already starting to dry a little bit, so we'll have to start with that side and see how it goes. And of course, that feels quite normal, nice and slick, no problems whatsoever. Of course, I have more product on the foam side, as you can see, but this feels right. Of course, I'm used to using traditional soap, so it's not unusual that it would feel right. I don't like the scent of this Barbasol foam, I'll tell you that right now. It smells funky, but we'll see how it actually performs. See if it actually performs well, or it's crap, as people say, or some people say. We've all been guilty of steering people away from, foam and canned goo. We'll see. Oh, you can immediately feel a difference there. I don't know if you could hear that, but what it lacks right off the bat, I can tell you, is slickness. Although it has, it was much more dense on the lather, it lacks slickness, and I can feel it right away. I can feel it immediately. I don't know that I expected that, because it looked fine just to look at it, but I can tell you there is a significant difference in slickness. It feels like, I don't know, I can hear a difference too. I don't know if that's coming across on the camera. Yeah. Definitely feeling a difference there. There's no question about it. It is not as slick as the traditional product, that I can tell you. Is it adequate? Yeah. Is it as slick? No. See, on this side, I can still feel the residual slickness. It feels pretty good. And on that side, totally different. So, well, I don't know if I expected that, but I can definitely feel a difference. We'll come back and go with it again on pass two and see if this holds. Stay tuned. All right, so this time we'll start with the Barbasol foam side. Lather it first. It looks quite thick and doesn't look too bad at all, to tell you the truth. Just to look at it, just from the standpoint of visual, the lather looks just fine. But I can tell you, it lacks slickness compared to the other side. That much is absolutely the case. And I don't know if I expected that. I guess I could have, because it's a little airy by nature, these foams. But boy, as soon as I put the razor to my head, I could feel the difference in slickness. And so you have that. All right, here we go with the sterling side, which is the traditional side, and we'll come from back to front, which is against the grain this time, and see how we do. Yeah, and that feels quite good. What I'm used to, what I expect. Plenty of slickness, cushion, glide, all that good stuff. Let's continue on here. Feels just normal. Quite nice. No problems at all. Like I said before, you can really tell on your head if you lack slickness or moisture. You can feel it immediately. Whereas on your face, at least for me, I find that on my face I can get away with a little less slickness. There's something about the head, All right, let's feel. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that it's as noticeable as it is. It just lacks something. It lacks richness, I think. It just lacks that slickness that I'm used to. Is it adequate? Yeah, it would work in a crunch, and it is working. But I can tell you that it is not the same as lathering a traditional soap. I suspected that might be the case, but I don't know that I expected the result to be, to be so noticeable. Yeah, you can really tell. So, on the third pass where I clean up, I'm just going to use a traditional soap and get it done right. Stay tuned, we'll come back for that. All right, so here we go for our third and final pass, which will get everything cleaned up, and I'm using the Sterling 1 because it is far and away slicker and just feels better while shaving my head than does the foam. And I think a lot of folks in the hobby would probably say, well, duh, but I've found over the last year that some of these modern products aren't quite as bad as we made them out to be. So I didn't really know at what level of difference, or how much of a difference I should say, there would be. But there's a significant difference in the slickness and just the way the razor feels as it's the glide. Big difference. So I have found that out just by trying it out. That's what you have to do sometimes. Don't be afraid to try things. If you've been wanting to do this with a cart, do it. I found that a cart does a great job on my head and is capable of doing a great job on my face as well. Now, I prefer to use a DE, but a lot of things that have been said about carts in the traditional shaving community, like they're crap, they don't work. Well, that's not true across the board for everybody. There are carts that work well, as you can see here. I have used them on my face. They work just fine. Now, I can't say that across the board for everyone, obviously, because it depends on the type of skin you have, you know, type of hair you have, how coarse it is, and all the rest. For some people, multi-blade carts are bad about bringing about ingrown hairs, and they tug at people with really tough, coarse beards. So for those people, it's probably not a great option. But I've found over the last year, since I've been trying some of these products that have been poo-pooed basically forever, that some of them are not quite as bad as I've been led to believe over the years, you know. Some of them will do a decent job. The foam, I'd say it can get you by in a pinch, but I would not. Personally, would I recommend it? No. I don't think it works as well, at least for me, with the conditions that I have here. You know, the razor, the skin, the water, doesn't work as well. Would it get me by in a bind? Yes, I absolutely would get me by. Would I want to use it every day? No. Would I want to use it for any extended period of time? No. I like my traditional soap, but there are products like the Head Slick, which I showed you, and that Harry's gel actually worked quite good. I've tried it, and it worked quite well. So we've got the results. I don't, you know, the result was somewhat expected, but like I said, I don't think I expected quite as much of a difference. And we're cleaning up here and almost finished, and we'll have a nice, yeah, that feels good. This spot right here is really tough because the hair goes this way. It's really tough to get clean, but we've gotten ourselves a really nice head shave. I won't hold you over for the post because I've gone too long on this head shave anyway. Just want to thank everybody for watching. The winner, clear winner here was the traditional soap by far. It just provided slickness and cushion that the Barbasol did not provide for me. So in my opinion, you're better off to stick with the traditional soap, at least if you have any skin or conditions like mine. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, I've been your host, CDB.